So just on my way home from the grocery store, 107 miles now. So it's gonna take me, and that's after about a week, just about. So it's gonna take me a little while to get some miles put in. I'm trying to get about 500 to 600 miles on this clutch. It slips a little bit in fifth and fourth gear. I don't know if that's gonna clear up after it gets broken in or not. I did a little bit of searching on it. Seems kind of split. Some people say it'll break in. Some people say that it shouldn't slip at all, even during the first time out. The organic clutch I had never slipped until I had to limp it home in third gear that one day. Then it was just all downhill from there. So this ceramic clutch is not a 6-puck. It's a regular style clutch. Instead of organic material, it's got eight pucks of ceramic discs on both sides of the clutch. The flywheel side and the pressure plate side. The last clutch I had was a dual friction. Had organic on one side. I think the flywheel side was organic, and the flex plate or the pressure plate side was the ceramic. So the last time I had it, I had the video. I didn't have self-learn on the EFI, so I turned self-learn on. It starts a whole lot better now. It goes in reverse a lot better. I can tell every time I turn it on that the fuel tables have changed. So I just sync the computer up, put the new tune in it, and sync the learn table to the base fuel table. And it's like every day starts up a lot easier. Let's see what else. I'm trying to think. Oh, the alternator. It's charging back at 14.5 to 15. Usually stays around 14.7. It was just that battery being dead. So me driving it almost every day or every couple of days is helping out. It's just I've got 3 vehicles. The truck can sit for a long period of time without needing any kind of charge. It's got dual batteries, dual 12 volt. And then the Mercedes, that's my daily, so I drive it most of the time. Other than when I'm trying to break in a clutch. So I'm driving this most days, but I'll make sure to drive the other vehicles every once in a while. And I do have I have a trickle charger. Not sure if it's a smart charger or not. I need to check on that, but I can hook that up to the Malibu and keep the battery charged that way. So just a short drive home. sync up the computer, see if it did any kind of learning. The way I can tell, I'll sync it and it'll show my individual configs. It'll show that the fuel failed. Not sure if you can see that or not. So I know that means that the computer made some changes to the fuel tables. Sync that up, then I'll go to my fuel table and go to the learn table. I'll transfer that learn table to the base fuel, clear it out, then I'll save the actual tune to the computer. Alright, now I can exit out. The other thing I need to take care of on this car, actually I got notes on it. So when I took it to the shop to get the clutch and the transmission done, you know, I picked it up and he told me that the drive shaft was bottoming out on the transmission. So it needs to be shortened by about a ½ inch. Which isn't, you know, that's not too bad. You know, I got to change the yoke on it anyways, because when I first got the car back to Illinois, the pinion angle changed on me because I had a bunch of weight in the back, you know, and the pinion angle was set with the weight in the trunk. So as soon as I took that weight out, went to the grocery store, and just some terrible noises under the car, you know. Ended up breaking U-joint. The yoke is all marred up, and it didn't seem to throw off the balance. You know, once I got the pinion angle set right and got the, you know, I changed the U-joint, did all that, everything's set. So I mean, it drives fine, but there is some clunking underneath the car. I always wondered what that was. Now I'm kind of thinking that it could be the drive shaft bottoming out. You know, on and off gas. Say if I'm in third gear, you know, I get on the gas quick and let off, it'll clunk. You know, it could be the gears, could be the drive shaft bottoming out. I don't know. You know, I would think the drive shaft would only bottom out if I hit a bump. And the car makes a lot of noises when I do that too. You know, I kind of ignore some of them, but maybe I shouldn't. So when I get the 500 miles, 500 to 600 miles in this car, I'll take it, get the transmission fluid flushed, get the new fluid put in it. I'm gonna have them shorten the drive shaft as well. Need to get the PCV system sorted out. Right now it's just unhooked. You know, it was hooked up to the air cleaner, and my air cleaner spins. You know, I didn't know that until one day I was on the highway and the throttle stuck on me. You know, I was in the fast lane. I put the clutch in, you know, drifted over to the shoulder, and I saw that the hose coming from my PCV valve was still attached to the air cleaner. Air cleaner spun around, and then the hose got lodged in between the throttle. Gotta get that, so I gotta get that fixed. It's all unhooked now. Either maybe a catch can or something like that. I don't know. The other issue, I need to get a throttle cable bracket made. Right now there's only one bolt holding it in, so when that bolt vibrates loose, the bracket swings over and it sticks the throttle open just, you know, a little bit. You know, it's almost like it'll hang the engine at 2000 RPM basically. You know, right now I've got it kind of jerry-rigged. I've got some zip ties, I think, holding it down so where it doesn't spin. So I'll get that fixed. And then my oil pressure gauge. It reads low. It reads about 20 at idle, maybe 30. And then it goes up to about 40, 60. But the Holley EFI says that I'm at around 80 PSI, I think, at idle. So it probably goes up to about 120. And I'm running 20W50 Valvoline VR1 oil. And that's what the motor was built for. The motor was built kind of loose because it was built for my truck that I had, not this one. It was built for a different truck that I had. Sold that truck, put the engine in this car. Get those things fixed. And the 500-mile break-in isn't really 500 miles, right? You can't just take it on the highway and put 500 miles on it. You know, it's meant to be, I think, like 1,000 or 1,200 engagements of the clutch, and then running it through and that's just for the clutch. Transmission was rebuilt too, so you know each gear has to be broken in. The synchros have to be broken in, so you have to run it through the gears, and not just have it in 4th or 5th gear on the highway. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm not gonna do these videos as often. You know, I'm gonna try to only do them maybe every 50, 100 miles. Get this car broken in, and then go from there.